Hello everybody, Diane here. Merry Christmas! Welcome to day 5 of Christmas week. Now, I've been thinking, I published 4 videos this week, and both of them, all 4 of them came from just 2 games, Inscription and Little Misfortune. And I figured, you know, for the last day of Christmas week, I should break away from that and do another game that I played before for last year's Hollow Week, but I decided to play again because it's upbeat and also I love a Nightmare Before Christmas type feel. So yeah, we're playing Monster Prom. Yeah, I played this last year. I got to go to prom with the Red Demon Boy. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's the playlist for Hollow Week last year was on my channel, but yeah, Christmas. Awesome voice effects. Okay. So, short game? Yes, short game. Yes, very Christmassy this monster game is. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our life. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Okay, so last time I picked Fire Girl. Do I want to go with Shadow Demon Boy, or Zombie, or Franken Girl? I'll go with Fire Girl again. Okay, and I forget. Do I want to type in my regular name again? Pronoun she.
Let's do this!
And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom, which I am headcanon as taking place during Christmas time because, obviously. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks are left, and as we fantasize about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates.
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Loud Boy, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, 4XX, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Polly Geist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear, it had to be one of them, but who? I already went for the Demon Boy last run, so I'm thinking either werewolf or vampire? I don't know. Let's see. We had only 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we are ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in BS to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. As I stated in the last Monster Prom video, I do not curse. I am sorry. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, trademark, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. What would be the coolest prize you could find in your box of cereal? A sample of a more nutritious breakfast option so people are encouraged to stop eating that colorful garbage? A tiny piece of sharp metal so every scoop will be full of thrill and danger? The phone number of that sexy tiger on the front of the box. He's so passionate about breakfast and health that he's surely also a great lover. Okay, I mean, I've been trying to eat healthier in my real life. It's your chance to fix global warming. Go ahead. Nah, the world is doomed, but I'll start investing in ships and start a profitable business for the soon-to-be covered by water world. It's time to be a real hero. I'll lead a mission to the sun in order to invite the sun to the party of its life. We'll have so many hilarious misadventures that the sun will eventually become cooler. Wink! You can't see my face, so I had to audibly say, wink! Global warming isn't real. I invented it, and now science is claiming authorship because science is a lame copycat with no original ideas. Well, Fire Girl would invent global warming. Yeah. So creative. What criteria would you use to name your children? Okay. A non-heteronormative name to give them freedom to define themselves on their own terms. My name plus the second. Something simple and friendly like Bobby or Mary. Meh. No name? It's just too much work. Just a swear word. I will research for a name that is pun-proof and joke-proof. No one will pick on them. I mean, these two are the good options. I'll go with this one. Okay, so Liam. Let's do this! So week 1, morning. Alright, so which one do I want to go to? I'll go to the bathrooms, because it's the beginning of the day. I need to empty out breakfast. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 that, but you gain +2 boldness. After that, you engage in a deadly match of truth or dare or death with Polly, and that would be a super interesting event to cover. But then the two of you spot Miranda and Liam deep in an intense conversation, and that's bound to be much more interesting. Hey yeah, babes, you were making quite a noise, and I love anything that makes quite a noise. What's up? Hey, you two. Miranda and I were having a creative disagreement. You see, we wanted to start our own school club. You know, an intellectually rewarding extracurricular that enriches our minds while probably not being mentioned ever again in the future, because continuity at the school seems to be a bit random. Noise! Let's do it! Y'all know my fave thing in the world. Drugs. Sexual activities? Noise. No, dummies. That too, but I meant chess and Russian literature. Stop treating me as if I were two-dimensional. Let's start a literature club. Huh. I'm not sure. Do you remember what happened last year when we joined the literature club? We wrote dope poems and made new friends? No, the other thing. Huh? Ah, heck yes! That's right. So weird, I almost forgot. I mean, that's how I died, you know? Anyway, thing is, Miranda and I were already between two ideas. I proposed we start the club.
So authentic.
A delightful meta club where we enjoyed ourselves by designing and crafting new school clubs. Oh. Boring! I proposed the Little Pony Sweet Dreams Club, a club where we would spend our nights learning how to tell the right bedtime stories to ponies. Whoa, you two really know how to sound two-dimensional, but in any case, can't you both just do your own clubs? No, our lives are fueled by the conflict and confrontation that can only be solved by choosing between two options. That's why we need you to choose which club is the best one, because Diane always seems to choose based on who she wants to ask to prom. They calling me out. So which one should we go for? Just remember, one of our ideas includes ponies. A tough choice. Mostly because I'm like super drunk right now. A tough choice indeed. It's your opportunity to convince Polly of one of the options because no one is preventing you from making choices based on who you want to ask to prom. Okay, so my options are, I mean, the pony one is at night, so technically it counts as a nightclub. The best club is clearly the club because, and then just throw some confetti. I'll go with the purple vampire. Purple's my favorite color. And so you throw lots of colorful, happy confetti that you carry with you when you want to cheer people up. Alongside your black and white sad confetti for more solemn situations. Confetti! I love confetti! I also value confetti as a very valid argument, so club it is. I must admit, confetti is pretty nice. Maybe Liam was right the whole time. I wasn't able to see it because of the lack of confetti in his arguments?
Ugh.
Really? That was what you needed to be convinced? I'm this close to arguing with you about changing your mind. But you know what? What if we start designing and crafting our club now? It will be the first of many clubs we create.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Oh, she already said it. I don't know why I felt the need to. Your silliness and cheerfulness is stupid, but nice. Huh? You know what? As the club president, I think the second club we can craft and design might be a little Pony Sweet Dreams club. Aw, Liam, there's a little fluffy purple heart deep down under that hater facade, isn't there? Shut up. Aw, everyone is happy now. Also, you might be into conquering that little fluffy purple heart eventually. For now, you gain +2 creativity and +1 fun. Alright. Week 1 noon.
Let's do this!
Alright. Do I sit with the... Ooh, hello. Who are you? Who do I want to sit with? Well, I think I kind of already decided that I was going to try for the purple vampire. I was thinking werewolf, but... yeah, we'll go for the vampire. You've just sat down to eat with Damien and Liam. Well, to eat with Damien, Liam's just taking pictures of his food. When a leather-clad figure drops from the air vent onto your table, it's the Slayer!
Prepare to die!
Lunchtime's over, dirtbags. Time to die. This always happens when we sit together. Your death-based rhetoric is offensive. Don't spoil my food pick. Oh, I'll spoil more than your food pick, Count Stankula. I'm about to spoil your face. Just his the right. Both your faces. Dang it! The Slayer is right between the three of you. You can't save Liam and Damien, but if you act fast, you might just be able to save one. Immobilize Damien with the Lord's Prayer while Liam escapes. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. Flip the table for justice. Ooh. I know I said I'm going for Liam, but flipping the table sounds better. Normally when you flip tables, it's out of anger or mischief, but this is about to be the most righteous table flip ever performed. No, my footing! No, my artfully arranged cafeteria food! Yes! Screwing up school property! The Slayer ends up pinned under the table, along with Liam. Damien jumps down there and starts punching indiscriminately, not caring who he hits. So, you know, just another normal day for Damien. I've never felt so alive! Offensive. Whatever, let's flip all the rest of the tables in the cafeteria while the flipping's good. You righteously flip every single table in the cafeteria. With each table you flip, you find Damien is flipping a little more for you. Oh. Week 1 evening. Nice.
Let's do this!
Okay. So library is where the cat is. Outdoors. Gym, class, auditorium, bathrooms. I'll go to the auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. You notice Liam and Damien talking to each other. Maybe you're a little jealous, so you decide to join them. Ugh, I know, right?
Ugh.
The entire concept of slaying is barbaric, racially motivated, deeply rooted in an abhorrent colonial mindset. In their outfits, black on red, It's like bad cosplay is a fashion statement.
Ah!
I'm just upset that they get such a cool name. You know, if I murder a dude, I'm just a killer. But if one of them murders one of us, they're a slayer. Slayer is a metal band. The Killer's just a post-pop baby. There was a time when I would have hotly debated the genre classification of the Killers with you, but they're popular now and so are obviously garbage. And the same goes for Slayers. Someone really ought to have put an end to this archaic practice. You mean by murdering all the Slayers? We've tried that, Damien. We've been trying that for literally centuries. No, what we need is a new initiative. Something fresh, something modern, something like... Liam seems to be drawing a blank, but you're not. Your idea is simple yet effective. Murder all the Slayers. A massive PR campaign letting people know that every cool person in history was either a vampire or a demon. Let's go with that. You had me at massive PR campaign. Then you lost me at a cool person, but then you got me back with history. Oh, I can't wait to educate the ignorant public. For example, did you know that Caligula and Jack the Ripper were the same vampire? Yeah, everybody knows that. But did you know Virginia Woolf was a demon? Ah yes, A Room of One's Own was originally titled A Doom of One's Own. Oh, we've got so much research to do. Come on, Damien, let's go to the library. I'm gonna let that speak for itself. You've doomed Damien to his own personal heck, but Liam's on cloud 9. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Okay, so week 2 morning.
Let's do this!
Let's see, so we went to the bathroom, we went to the auditorium, we haven't gone to the library, outdoors, or gym. Let's go to the library. That day you spend some time on the library's PCs, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose -10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares, and you gain +2 money. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on momentgram filters. What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making pictures better. They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for almost all my photos. Infinite taupe. It's also probably why I have only 6 momentgram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. In any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. I can't talk. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular Again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Why yes, of course you're part of my operation. I unwillingly force people into my service all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular Again? Well, he's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure he must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more momentgram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? Use his account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes? Pay 1 million homeless people to follow Liam on momentgram. We wouldn't want to sacrifice his art, now would we? Ah, yes! Just his father pays millions to vote for him in our fair and democratic elections. In fact, I think I can cut costs by paying one of Father's clonesmiths to simply replicate the same 1,000 people 1,000 times. You ask Miranda if she thinks this is ethical, but she's as confused about the meaning of ethics as she is about fair and democratic elections. Soon the plot and the requisite clones are hatched. You run into Liam in the halls a few hours later. I am distraught. My carefully husbanded unpopularity is crumbling before my eyes. Look at all these followers. Look at their comments. Totally real account 66. I love you, Liam. Another equally real account. You're so obscure and avant-garde. The sentiments they are expressing are objectively correct, and yet, no! I cannot give in to the lure of the limelight. In spite of this, Liam seems to be enjoying himself quite a bit. You spend the rest of the day helping him curate his feed, gaining +2 charm and +1 fun in the process.
Let's do this!
Alright, so who to sit with at lunch? I think I've already established that I'm kinda going for the vampire, this route. You take your seat between the strongest and smartest men you know. Liam appears to be taking a very intense picture of some bizarre looking food. Scott is looking about as confused as you are currently. But Liam, food is delicious. It's for eating. That's why they call it lunchtime. Neither of those statements is wrong, but they also aren't quite connected. Scott, if I had the capacity to eat, I assure you, I would still ignore the actual content of the food in favor of finding the perfect combination for a flawless moment-gram post. Oh, I see. You're going to post a picture to advertise the food to people who can actually eat it. You're so smart. I'll be happy to eat your food for you. I'm afraid your palate is way too unsophisticated to appreciate these rare Japanese delicacies. Oh, they're Japanese? Do you have any Scott snacks? You know what? Fine. I've taken all the pictures I need. Eat whatever you want. Thanks, Liam. Oh, they all look so yummy. I don't know where to start. Diane, any ideas? Maybe your choice of a snack can get one of these boys to want to snack on you. In an innuendo way, not literally. Obviously, the lychee fruit covered custard with a side of tofu and a drizzle of raspberry extract is the most superior food on the plate. Go for the brightly colored bag of meat biscuits that somehow has an anime drawing of Scott's face on it that says Scott Snacks? I'll go with the vampire. Oh, Diane, I always knew you were a monster of impeccable taste. Actually, that isn't true. I assume everyone has horrible taste and a useless aesthetic. But in this case, it's pretty clear that this assumption does not apply to your beautiful self. Did I say beautiful? I meant your aesthetic is beautiful. Because you have the same aesthetic. The lychee custard picture has already gotten more likes than any other food on this table. And it's absolutely delicious! How could the way it tastes possibly have any relevance to a conversation about food? Liam, you're so smart that I don't even understand how that makes any kind of sense. Thank you for being someone with whom I can actually discuss the important nuance of Japanese food pictures. It appears to be you and me against a very ignorant world. Yeah, stupid everyone else for actually eating their food and not taking pictures. Thank goodness you and Liam have each other. XOXO. Week 2 evening.
Let's do this!
Alright, let's do this. So we went to the auditorium, we went to the library, we went to the bathrooms. Let's go to class. That day, you listened to your elders and learned valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Afterwards, Miranda beckons you from a darkened corner. Psst, co-conspirator, over here! Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. What better way than making him prom king? Unfortunately, when I asked him to run for prom queen, he said, and I quote, "Never, never, never, not in 100 years, and that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for hundreds of years, and I've never run for prom king, so there you go." Which is clearly his cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him prom king. My first thought was to murder the current prom king after establishing Liam as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. So I suppose he must engage in this democratic election the school is holding. Now, how can we secure a win for Liam when he is supposed to be running or making any effort to win? I'll dress up Liam and give the best campaign speech anyone has ever given us. Paying a million people worked out last time. Ah, of course, election rigging. The old standby. I'll summon my father's royal vote buyer immediately. Silly me, how else does one elect a king? Later, you watch the prom king election forecast. You're not quite sure why your school has its own prom royalty forecast or who pays for it, and says that, unsurprisingly, Liam will win by almost 1 million votes advantage. I don't know what to say. Who knew there were a million monsters at the school? Who thought I should be prom king? Come to think of it, who knew there were a million monsters at the school? This is burning my chest. Is the shame at having last become mainstream? Or is it joy? Nope, it's neither. I just need to drink somebody's blood. Catch you later. Liam does catch you later, and you take him out to get a fresh tuxedo. He's never looked hotter. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. Week 3 morning.
Let's do this!
So we've been to the bathrooms, we've been to the auditorium, we've been to the class library. We haven't been to the gym or outdoors. I'm not interested in talking to the cat. I'm gonna go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Wow, that's a rave for you. Someone summons demon from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. Looking around, you see Damien and Liam arguing about whether black metal is better than death metal. Suddenly, Damien starts arguing and sniffs the air. Shut up! Do you smell that? Yeah, it smells like Christian Dior and plot armor. Oh, dang it.
Prepare to die!
It's me, jerks, and I brought enough crucifixes and holy water for the whole class. Oh, lucky me, I've been meaning to finish my take-home final for AP murder. Go ahead, just try to kill me. I'm the protagonist. She's right, unfortunately. This is well-trod territory. We are, as they say, pretty screwed. Screw that, and you've got a way to save Damien and Liam without killing anybody. All you have to do is bring everyone to tears with a mind-shattering guitar solo, throw a brick at her head. I feel like this is the Damien option, so I'm gonna go with this one. You pull a guitar out of your butt and start shredding. The faces of those standing nearest you are melted all the way off. Luckily, none of those people are important to this game. The polyharmonics are truly astonishing. I would buy this on limited edition vinyl. This is metal! It's like if Mechagodzilla screwed a volcano full of Vikings. And the volcano had a baby, and then they fed the baby to a freaking snake. What? You mean I'm not the most awesome thing in the scene anymore? Forget this, I'm out of here. Joke's on her, she was never the most awesome thing in the scene. News of your insane guitar skills spread throughout the school. You gain +2 charm and +1 fun. Week 3 noon.
Let's do this!
Alright, let's go here. You take your seat beside arguably the 2 coolest monsters in all of Spooky High. Here's hoping you can keep up with them.
Ugh.
Vera, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in the mainstream meat production industry? Yes, and it's delicious. Besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose, but it's always ethically sourced, organic, free-range, and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. Listen, Liam, I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet all of them first and ensure I'm devouring only the ones I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Dang, she's aggressive. Well then, surely you can inflict such pain without going through the actual cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyway? You may actually have a point there. If I get my hand in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain. I bet there's a way to make money off this too. Hang on, somehow I've ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative and creative ways to move society forward, or do you want to oppose cruelty like every other weak mainstream loser? You can actually hear Liam's brain shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as ethical and his desire to be perceived as creative. Maybe you can step in and help out. The animals you kill may lose their lives, but what about their afterlives? Instead of letting their spirits go to waste as the byproduct of the meat industry, let's serve their eternal souls as a side dish. Or, Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, the best that we can do is to teach them the concept of death so they really fear their fate. Let's educate cattle on metaphysics. This sounds like the Liam answer. Well, I can't condone animal cruelty, but I wholeheartedly support your animal education. I do like animals, but their illiteracy is my fourth least favorite thing about them. Right between their poor taste in fashion and simplistic views on German cinema. German cinema? What does that have to do with anything? It's not the worst idea you've ever had. Although, face it, Diane, you are known for having pretty terrible ideas about 50% of the time. I don't really see an empire out of private schools for cattle, but with my business acumen, I guess it's possible. And I can rest secure in the knowledge that I'm solving the bovine education crisis. Helping Liam help cows is like helping you help Liam choose you to go to prom with, or something. Week 3 evening.
Let's do this!
Okay, so we went here, 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 and here. We have yet to go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. With that out of the way, you hurry away to your secret meeting with Miranda.
How majestic.
Well done, co-conspirator. Operation Make Liam Popular Again is a rousing success. And for the record, I did discover that Liam was popular for a 3-month period in the early 16th century, so the name fits. All that remains is for us to wait for prom and celebrate your deception. I knew it was too good to be true. My idiosyncrasies are remarkable, but they aren't marketable. This was all just a cruel joke, wasn't it? Bet between two popular kids that they could make an outcast loser into prom king? Well, guess what? The circus is over and this clown is climbing into his tiny car and going home. Along with like 12 other tiny clowns, if the metaphor holds. Which it doesn't. It was a bad metaphor. Goodbye. No, Liam, I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't have a mean bone in my body. I don't even have bones. Then how are you standing? You might check that affirmation later. Oh, fish sticks. If we don't do something to fix this, all our hard work and subterfuge will be for naught. But how can we make amends? Surely not with some sort of overwrought romantic gesture defying all logic. You tell Miranda not to worry. You've seen plenty of teen rom-coms. You know how this part goes. You need a grand romantic gesture. Race to the airport to confess your feelings for Liam boards his plane. Pay 1 million people to spell it I'm sorry so it's visible from space. I mean, paying people seem to work out. Liam doesn't really seem to be the guy who's into this kind of thing, so... You don't have quite enough money to hire professional word spellers, so you just post a classified ad online. Alright, Liam, we know you're mad, so we wanted to do something elaborate to apologize. Please accompany us to the top of this extremely tall ladder my family owns. Well, alright, but only because ladders are appealingly retro. You climb for what seems like weeks. The air grows thin, birds bite your earlobes, but finally... Here we are, Liam! Look down, we made a message for you! Wow, 1 million people forming the words... Pumpkin lasagna? It's supposed to say, I'm sorry. Okay, well, it doesn't. It clearly says pumpkin followed by lasagna. You made me... I'm sorry. You made me climb an endless ladder just to promote your culinary preferences, you selfish weirdo. Goodbye. Liam turns to the bed and flies away. Miranda dives into a bucket of water down below. You have to climb all the way down by yourself. You lose -2 boldness and -1 fun. The Monster Prom draws near. Well, I hope that last bit with Liam didn't mess anything up.
Welcome to Liam de Liancourt.
Alright.
Let's do this!
You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. Prom? That's so kitsch and cliche. That is actually hip. Yeah, let's go to prom together. What a retro thing to do, right? I can wear a tuxedo and all. Haha. It's gonna be wonderful.
How ironic.
But in an ironic way.
I might end up liking you. Ironically.
You and Liam spent the night discussing obscure 70s TV shows and Hungarian literature. You both laughed a lot, and for once Liam seemed to genuinely enjoy himself without the need for posing or judging other people. You noticed his hand gently touching yours, and you know Liam well enough to know it wasn't accidental. Maybe falling in love isn't for posers after all. Aww. Alright. Diane, most likely to be tasty if eaten by other people. Liam's quote. Quotes are so passé. That sounds about right. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Liam started an iconoclastic band that broke all conventions. The latest album has been a hit. It has no songs at all. The album is actually just a banana set on fire. And be sure, Liam doesn't care if you don't get it. Polly took a summer job as the ghost of Christmas present. She spent most of her time partying. There was almost no work because, it was summer. Miranda got a job being princess of her kingdom. Which was actually kind of her job already? Well, you don't see her complaining about it. For those 3 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. And that does it for Monster Prom, as well as the conclusion to Christmas week. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I certainly enjoyed playing these games for you. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see my last video, it is to the left. And if you want to see more by me, click subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified when I make a new video. And yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye!